Hellish greetings, creeps and creepettes. I am your host, a demon named Jalen, and welcome to the Spirit Halloween 2026 Animatronics Review, Part 1. Disclaimer, I'm only going to be reviewing the animatronics that are available on the website right now. I'll review the rest once they're ready to be released. Anyways, let's begin. Forgive me if this is taking a while. Alright, so first up we have the Trash Bandit, which is basically just a raccoon's head popping out of a trash can, apparently. Yeah, it's this isn't anything new. Well, even though this feels like a new kind of way to, animatronic thing. I mean, raccoons have the intensity to invade people's trash bins, a lot. And I know it's, I like the concept, but just using a raccoon's head with a bunch of, stock footage of trash just to make it look like a suit of sorts. I don't know. It just doesn't capture what it really means. Okay, so next up we have is Buzz. And apparently, he's a big fly. Kind of like the horror movie The Fly, but instead of it's kind of a bit like a different plot with it, sort of giving me a bit of a, I don't know, some, old 1930s films. The only thing he does is that his eyes light up and his arms wiggle around a bit and his wings flap, which I do like, and Ollie just makes a bunch of creepy noises and all that jazz. Yeah, it stands out like a regular bug would do, but with a bit of more creepiness. Trust me, I've had my fair share with dealing with flies, especially inside my house. Yeah. Let's move on. Okay, the next one we have here is the Doomsday Duo. Now, I do like the concept of this. I mean, it's, look, I have a bit of, technically, I do like how it's a mother and a son, I have the mask, and when they reveal themselves, they reveal to be, with some super creepy faces, and there's a bunch of green lighting inside. I mean, Spirit, I haven't seen see Spirit with a lot of green lighting since what was his name, Nightmare Harvester? I'll get to it when I get to it. Alright, so next up on our list is Jeremy Jaws, who apparently is a zombie who loses his eye and a jaw, and the only thing that he's probably gonna end up what happened with last year with Trixie, because he too is apparently shown by Spirit's partner company named Spencer's. And yeah, this is just what happened with Trixie last year. And Jeremy kind of reminds me of Bog Zombie a little bit. And his face, well, I can slightly see the resemblance between the two, just not as much. Okay, next up we have here is Pumpkin Punisher. He looks very terrifying, to be honest. I know a lot of people are saying that the face isn't what they hoped for, but for me, his face kind of reminds me of Enoch from Over the Garden Wall. Yeah, he's got the little face where it feels all squishy and sort of old vintage Halloween decorations. And I do like how the axe is there and it's all bloody and all that. Though I wish they could go more with the pants. I mean, like, I'm getting the whole horror thing, but can we just add a little bit more, like, scariness to the look? Like, back in the olden days of Spirit Halloween animatronics. Man, animatronics are getting too safer nowadays. Okay, so next up on our list is Lady Misfortune. Now, she is a witch and she holds a crystal ball, but it's upon her chest. Although I would have really went with like her like actually holding it in her hands, but then again, it would only cause like a bunch of like the ball would probably just roll out of her hands. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, we haven't seen like an animatronic with a crystal ball since Madame Morita, and it gets a little iffy right here. I don't know. I mean, like, I like her, but it just isn't really. I mean, like, let's move on to the next one. Next up on our list is Carnival Creeper. Now, we all know that he is a reskin of the real Nightmare, her Creeper guy. Yeah, so, but he is a little bit different than him. Like, he has the same mechanism where he jumps out of you by crawling, and then he just, like, goes down from side to side. And he also, but this one, his mouth actually opens up a bit. Yeah, he looks okay. I do like the black and white stripes along with the yellow with the blue polka dots. Oh wait, no wait, they're black polka dots. Yeah. Looks a little bit like Ronald McDonald if he went crazy. Next up we have is Crackles, aka Party is Over Clown. A little bit about his background is that his face is like crinkled up to a small, like, where his face is cracking, but then it's revealed to have a more creepier face that kind of reminds me of Vecna from Stranger Things. Yeah, I do like the small bit of blood, like, on his collar thingy. And, this one is a big change from many other clowns I've seen over the years. I hope that Spirit does something more like this. I mean, seriously, this is really good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's move on. Next up on our list we have is Up Wally. And of course, like many other clowns, this one is extremely different. He is like a wind-up toy, and the whole premise is that you have to like it winds up on its own, and it just tells you that it needs to wind up before it can go out and scare people, like sort of like a regular wind-up toy. Like, I mean, like, I grew up with, like, music boxes and all that. So, he sounds a little bit like Bobby Strings from 2024. And I do love the concept of this. Seriously, Spirit, yeah, make something more original, like this. Alright, next up on our list is Harvey Carvey. And I know a lot of people have some criticism with this little guy, but look at him! He's just a little cutie! I mean, like, I know he's holding a knife, and he's wearing a red cape, and I do like the little ghost pajamas, and he's just so cute. I mean, like, I haven't seen an animatronic like this cute and terrifying since the roaming dolls from 2014. I know, wait, 2015. I mean, I know since he's just a little cutie. I just hope that they maybe they'll get nicer. No, it's scary. Anyways, next up, finally on our list is Michael Myers from Halloween. And this year's design looks pretty good. And he actually plays the original Halloween theme, since now that theme is apparently licensed in him. And it's unlike the last one we saw in 2024, and like the other ones we saw in like 2007 and 2018. This one's a really nice change of pace. Alright, so that's it for me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you have a creep-tastic day, or night, or whatever. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye!